sounds like with a lot of what you're saying, like you feel like you've needed to prove yourself your whole career.
I've always felt like I need to prove myself.
Was that the reason you left WWE for TNA?
Yes.
Was there something specific that happened in WWE where you went, they're never going to see me as anything more than what I am right now?
Yeah, it was the stuff that I did with Cena. And then right after that, I did a little TV program with Batista. And we went over to the UK, and he was the biggest babyface star in the company, and I was supposed to be heel, and they booed him out of the building, and they cheered for me. And when that aired in the United States, you didn't hear any "We want Christian, Batista sucks" chants. Just put it that way. So after we came back, he said, "What are they doing with you, man?" He goes, they have to do something. And I was like, I don't know. And then after that, when we did that, and then the triple threat thing happened with myself and Cena and Jericho, when they inserted Chris into that to kind of, maybe because they didn't see me as a big enough star at the time to be able to carry that, so they added Chris in, that bothered me. And I was like, you're not even going to give me the chance to prove that I can do this? You're going to just add somebody else in here? So that was kind of me, the writing on the wall. I was like, nothing's going to change unless I change it myself. Was
it that they still saw you as a tag team competitor?
I don't know. I really don't know. And it's, there's all these rumors and stuff like that. I don't know. I can't put too much time or thought into that. It is what it is. I feel like everybody's path is different. Everything happens for a reason. Like, people had always compared myself and Edge, obviously, and we're always going to be compared to each other because we were of our tag team. But the reality is, we both had great careers if you separate them, like legendary careers, honestly.
Well, you going to TNA was so big at that time. Nobody else had really jumped ship, because this was before Kurt Angle. I think a lot of people don't remember that.
No, it was well before Kurt. And, and for me, they were gracious enough to give me a platform. And people think that because I left TNA that I didn't enjoy my time in TNA. I did enjoy my time in TNA. I enjoyed it a lot. And I really enjoyed working for Dixie Carter. And it was just, I knew that it was to get me back to a higher level at some point. And, they did everything they could to keep me. Kudos to them. But I was 35 at the time, and it was either, if I don't go back now, I'm never going back. That's how I looked at it. And I felt like I just still had unfinished business. But like I said, I enjoyed my time in TNA. They gave me a platform, and they gave me every opportunity to work at the top of the card and give myself the confidence to prove to myself that I could do it.
So what do you think you did there in TNA that allowed WWE to see you with a fresh set of eyes?
I think a lot of it was me growing up. I had a lot of growing up to do. I was 24 when I started on the road with WWE, 8 years straight without a break. I just needed to, I forgot what it was like to be myself almost sometimes, because you're on the go nonstop, like missing, family events, missing birthdays, anniversaries, family vacations, you're missing, family reunions, you're missing everything. So I needed to just be who I used to be for a little bit.
Yeah,
and then
it doesn't get talked about a lot with what you guys do for a living. That is the price you pay for being a professional wrestler.
I did a radio interview once, and the guy said to me, this is the best way I've ever heard anybody put it. He said to me, would you do what you do for free? And I said, I would, but don't tell anybody that. And he goes, so it's safe to say you get paid for the inconveniences in your life that your job presents.
That's so
like
good.
Travel, like being away from your family. I told him, that's the best way I've ever heard anybody describe it. We get paid for the inconvenience of what we do.
It's almost like the bribe of like, okay, so if you missed 3 birthdays this year and 2 dance recitals, we'll pay you X amount of dollars.
Yeah. Something like that.
Wow.